Hey YouTube, today we're going to tackle the sway bar links on a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Taking turns, this thing was rocking back and forth, so time to get it done. What you're going to need is, this is going to help you a lot, PB Blaster. You can use WD-40, any kind of lubricant really. Breaker bar, lifesaver right there. 22 millimeter socket for the lug nuts. You're gonna need a 8 millimeter. You can either do a socket or wrench. It's for this little end piece, because if you don't hold that still, then the whole thing is going to be spinning and you're just going to be wrenching away for hours. Also, you're going to need 18 for these bolts right here. You can either use a socket or a wrench. If you do choose to get a socket, try to do one of those through sockets so that you can get that 8 millimeter in there also. All right, so let's get to it. You're also gonna need a jack and some jack stands to put under here for safety. I was trying to do this without taking the tire off, but it's way too close. I want a little bit more space when I'm doing this, so yeah. And then also the parts, you can use pretty much any brand, whatever floats your boat, but I went with the Delphi's. There's the part number. This one is for the driver's side, and this one is for the passenger side, which we're gonna do right now. I already did the driver's side, so I don't steer you wrong. Let's get to it. First thing you're gonna do is take off the tire. Yeah, jack it up, put jack stands, and get back to you in a minute. All right, so we got the tire off. Good extra safety precaution. Put the tire underneath the cars so you don't have a final destination moment, which will, for whatever reason, the jack stand fails or the jack fails, then yeah, you don't crush your head, leg, body parts, whatever is underneath the car. If you know you're gonna do this ahead of time, it's a good idea to spray the lubricant, PB Blaster, whatever you have. Spray it on this nut and the back side of this one. There's a nut on the other side. It's time to start wrenching away. So these things are really tight on there, so to start off with, just to break it loose, you want to get a breaker bar, 18 millimeter socket, and just break it loose until it's not as hard to turn. And then now I got my 18 millimeter wrench on there, along with my 8 millimeter socket, and you're trying to loosen this. Kind of want to lean this this back one, the one connected to the 8 millimeter. You want to lean that up against something so that it doesn't continually spin while you're trying to loosen this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna keep wrenching away and then be back in a minute. And then pretty much it's the same deal on the bottom nut. Have the one attached to the 8 millimeter, leaning up against something, and then wrench away with the 18 millimeter. And yeah, in a minute I'll show you the next step. Alrighty, so we got the old one out, put the new one in right there. Yeah, put them side by side just to make sure that they're the right ones. This one actually went in and out pretty easy. A little tip is to put a jack under it, lift it up just a little bit so that you can just pull it out. Yeah, so there's no binding. It makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, you can stick a jack and lift this up just, can you see it? It's getting dark out here. Yeah, you can put the jack right under here so that it can lift it up a little bit, or you can put it right there, or in the rotor. So install is just the opposite of taking it out. Yeah, just screw it on both nuts, and then once the tire's on and the car's off the jack stands and it's on the floor, yeah, then you want to tighten it down to whatever your torque spec is. Congratulations, you saved yourself $200-300 from taking it to the shop. I think I only paid $50 for both of these sway bar links. Go ahead and reward yourself. Take a little test drive to the liquor store. You deserve it.